Welcome back to another crazy, sexy, cool. This pic comes straight from one of my Patreons. The ultimate video creep supporter thing to do. Corey Stewart, you're a badass and you fucking won. And he wanted me to go over Stephen King's classic Carrie. For those of you who don't know, if you're a Patreon of mine and you tier $10 or higher, you get entered into a monthly raffle. And if you win, you get to pick a crazy, sexy, cool. So congratulations, Corey. Let's fucking do this thing.
Just keep it on the down low, so nobody is supposed to know. So I quit, yeah, 'cause he doesn't know what I do, and no attention goes to show. So I quit the skin, no bending.
Alright, big shocker here, but my crazy is gonna be Piper White. I don't have a daughter, but if I did, and she got her first period, something tells me making her take one on the chin like a boxer, then slapping her 20 times in the face with the sins of a woman as she cries on the floor and you just force her to talk shit about Eve. Yeah, that's maybe not the best goddamn parenting choice. This crazy bitch, she's all about just locking her daughter in closets, giving it up to Jesus. So much so that she can't even acknowledge that titties are a thing. But what's worse is that she physically and emotionally abuses Carrie White, mentally keeping her infantile by keeping her ignorant, and physically abusing her at every fucking turn that we make in this thing. At some point, she throws fucking hot tea in Carrie's face, and Carrie just wipes the hair away from her face because she's so used to this shit. That's fucking crazy. You're probably going to hell. Now, as far as sexy goes, I gotta give it up to my girl Sue Snell. She's downright adorable. I love curly hair on a girl, so that was just an immediate lead and shit. But without a doubt, her sexiest quality was her road to redemption. She starts off as one of these heartless little bitches throwing tampons at poor little Carrie White, and we watch her inner remorse morph her into a good person. Seeing that Sue has a heart makes her beautiful to me. She's flawed, and I would be the pot calling the kettle black if I were to stand here and say that I've never done some fucked up shit because I was under the influence of friends. It happens. But turning around and being able to look at your own actions and then admit when you're wrong, that's one of the sexiest qualities that you can have as a person. Plus, she's a goddamn good wing woman. Not a lot of girls would give up their date to prom so that way that girl over there can have one. Sue, you're sexy. For the record, Chris is pretty bad as well. But let's get real here, she's a bigger bitch than Carrie's mom. Ironically, the person that I think is cool in this movie is actually Carrie. In fact, the whole movie is a story about a girl and what happens when she loses her cool. But Carrie's default setting, a poetry-loving, innocent, and ultimately very sweet growing girl. Non-confrontational to a fault. Sure, she has some fucking issues behind closed doors and shit, but I'm sure a little bit of TLC from her bitch mother would have actually fixed that. Had Carrie had a stable home life and a couple people in school who actually saw her for the cool kid that she was, Carrie White ultimately would have been a very level-headed kid. Carrie is so okay with who she is that it intimidates other people. Chris can't stand Carrie, and how could she not? Carrie doesn't have to spend the entire film primping her fucking hair or getting slapped around by John Travolta just so that way he would do something for her. Carrie has an unattainable calm that just infuriates Chris. It's not about the fact that she got her prom taken away from her. It's because her insecurities had her threatened. And that's because Carrie was unabashedly herself. To be fair, she didn't know what else to be, but like still. Another contender for cool for me would have been Tommy. Ultimately, Tommy was a really cool dude. And it makes sense that Sue and Tommy would be an item. However, it wasn't in Tommy's intuitive nature to take Carrie to the prom. He had to be convinced by Sue. But Carrie, you're fucking cool in my book, man. That's gonna be it for this edition of Crazy Sexy Cool. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and then hit the notification button so that way you know whenever I drop new shit. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace, video creeps.